Over the past 6 months, starting this new channel, we've generated 1.1 billion views and over six figures. And here, I'll reload this for you real quick so you can see that this is a real channel. I want to kind of give you guys a rundown of how I think about ideas myself and why having a good idea is important, because if you don't have a good idea, you're not going to be able to get the reach that you should be getting, right? Because one good idea is not worth 2x or 5x, 10x, or even 100x the amount of views that you could have for an okay idea, because a good idea is worth 1000x. And don't take my word for it. This is what MrBeast has said. So let's talk about it, right? And before we get into it a little bit more, these are a couple other videos we've had good ideas for, and it generated a lot of views and a lot of income. Like this video that generated 160 million views and $12,000. This is the same channel, by the way. These are the same channels here. And then we have a couple other channels here, like this channel here, 127 million views and $4,000. And then, I can keep showing you guys more examples, but you get the point. I have a very good idea of how to make good ideas. So let's talk about it right now. So the number one thing I think about when I'm trying to make a good idea is understanding that you do not have to be original and you do not have to reinvent the wheel. All right. A lot of people, when they're coming into the YouTube game or just social media in general, trying to make money online, it doesn't even matter if it's just social media, it's business in general. They try to reinvent the wheel. And this means like they try to make like the next AirPods or something like that, or trying to make the next iPhone or something. And instead, you should be seeing what's already working, right, for whatever you're doing and copy that person, right? First, you should replicate, then you should reiterate. Okay, so for example, let's say I'm making videos in the ranking niche, right? Ranking niche is a very, very good niche on YouTube right now. It is making a lot of money, right? And ignore my chicken scratch handwriting. I'm writing on a mouse, okay? But let's say you are making videos in the ranking niche, okay? If you're making videos in the ranking niche, what I would do is I would go scope out my top 10 competitors in the ranking niche, sort by most popular, watch 30 of their videos. So it's going to be 300 of the most popular videos from the top 10 channels. And then after that, what I would do is I would look at the ideas they have for their videos. So let me write this out for you so you can see it again. Look at your top 10 competitors, right? After that, look at their top 30 videos, 30 vids. And this is a comp here. And then after that, you should look at their ideas, right? Because this is going to give you a good idea of what good ideas are circulating in this specific niche. And this applies to anything, right? If you want to do Roblox, look at the top 10 Roblox creators and then make videos around that specific thing, right? When you look at their most popular videos. Or if you want to do something, let's say in finance, let's say you're doing long form content, you want to make finance content, look at your top competitors in the finance niche and then maybe make videos similar to that, all right? It's okay to steal people's ideas as long as you're getting your foot in the door. After you use those ideas, then you can reiterate because you understand the process behind making those videos, okay? So the reason I'm making this video in the first place is because I actually got this question from one of my students. His name is Tony. He's a really, really awesome guy, and I helped him scale up to like 4K per month recently, and he has this channel that's been blowing up, right? He's gotten like 60 million views in the past like 28 days. And he kind of hit this roadblock of like, hey, I feel like I have this good idea here, and I want to keep making videos like this, but I don't know when I should stop or how to find new ideas. And I told him, like, look at what's working and reiterate. And then also, I'm going to explain the second part of how to create good ideas after this. After I explain, looking at competitors, because there's two ways to do this, right? The first way is looking at competitors. The second way is basically reiterating your own content. All right, so we'll talk about that in a second. All right, so remember, look at your competitors, find good ideas, and then you can copy them. After you copy them, just throw your own style in once you understand the vibe of the content. Right? So then you reiterate or do your own content afterward, right? Own content. Okay. Now, what do we do if we already have a good idea? Let's say we made a video and it got like 10 million views and I'm like, okay, this is a good idea here, but I want to make more videos like it, because you want to make more videos like this because you've seen it worked and you want to make it work again because you know it's going to make you money, right? So a good example of this is MrBeast, right? MrBeast, what he does is he has a good idea and then he basically spins that overall umbrella idea underneath smaller ideas. So for example, if we go here and we look at MrBeast videos, right? We have like 100 people versus world's biggest trap. And if we scroll down, you're probably going to see survive 100 days trapped in a private jet. And then you'll see scroll down a little further, and I'm sure we're going to see another 100 person somewhere where it's like, 2,000 people fighting for $5 million, right? Or 7 days stranded in a cave. Like he does like either time videos or experiment videos or experience videos, right? And he basically takes these three umbrella ideas, whether it's like a time challenge, an experience, or an experiment on people, and then he does smaller ideas in those niche because he knows it works, right? And then all it is just replacing the values of the content equation, right? So for example, if you're like, I spent blank days doing this, I spent 7 days doing this, then you could say I spent 7 days in prison, I spent 7 days in a cave, I spent 7 days in a circle, I spent 7 days making content, right? And then all of a sudden you have all these ideas here, right? And then you can filter out which ones are good based off your retention and intellectual gut, right? Because as you go into this content and you start doing this first by looking at your competitors, right? Once you understand this, you will build this thing called the content gut. And this content gut will basically be able to just tell you on instinct what's going to do well and what's not, right? And this is not able to be taught. I cannot teach you this. This is built through repetition, right? So the more videos you upload, the more better you will get at this. I've uploaded tens of thousands of videos, right? We run 36 channels right now, right? If I go back to my analytics here, like we run close to 36 channels, right? And a lot of these are automated, and I've uploaded tens of thousands of videos. And the reason why I'm able to run all these channels and do all of this and make, 6 figures a month in AdSense revenue is because I've built this skill over years and years of repetition. And you will not be able to master this skill until you actually put in the work. So stop studying, right? All these videos, it's good to learn, but stop studying so much and start taking action toward uploading these videos. Like if you're watching all of these courses and stuff like that, because I'm sure if you're watching this, you've probably looked at like the rest of the course material I have on my channel. I have like 2 free courses, right? I don't sell courses or anything like that because I think it's a little gay to sell courses. I give information for free, but I'm sure you guys have like seen these videos, right? Where like I have like, playlists here where I give lots of information for free. We have 8-hour courses. But if you're watching all of these courses and you're not putting any actionable steps into your content, then you're wasting your time. You should stop watching these videos, right? Because the point of this is for you to learn and then take action so you can make money. So yeah, if you want to make your ideas basically replicatable to be able to keep getting consistent views, make a formula, right? Like for example, like if you're doing Roblox and you're doing like opening blank or testing how many hits it takes to break blank, make a formula like I spent X here in blank. Like this is a good formula. Make the formula and then replicate it across multiple things, right? These are the 2 ways I think of ideas. Either I look at my competitors, copy and reiterate. After I reiterate, I make my own ideas, and then my own ideas I replicate over and over again using the MrBeast method, right? That's basically how I make good ideas, and I do this over so many channels. And I'll take it a step further to explain how you can do this over multiple channels, right? So each niche is a little different, right? For example, if you're doing ranking, right, compared to Roblox, compared to like a long form channel, it's a little bit different. So I'll go over a couple different niches, and I hope this kind of nails in the overall idea of how to do this. Okay, so let's say we're doing ranking, right? Ranking. So what ranking is it's basically ranking the craziest moments captured on video. If it's on video, you can make it into a ranking. For example, we have dogs, or we have people being struck by lightning, or we have craziest animal encounters, right? Struck by lightning, or we have like craziest animal encounters, or we have something like like craziest buildings, craziest car. I just keep going. It's craziest things in general. What this is, it is an experience. When you showcase these videos, right, of craziest blank moments, craziest X moments, craziest blank whatever, right, it is showcasing to the viewer the craziest moments caught on film. So your idea behind making these videos is, okay, I'm going to make videos on dogs. What are the craziest dogs driving cars moments? Dogs listening to AirPods moments? Dogs playing music moments? A good idea I have when I'm trying to flip ideas over is I look around my room and I'm like, okay, there's a water bottle right here, all right? Okay, what did good before when water bottle flips were popular? Well, water bottle flips were very well. If I'm in a dog ranking niche, what if I made videos on dogs flipping water bottles, right? Craziest dogs flipping water bottle moments. And then boom, you have a whole idea around this, okay? So you can turn anything into a good idea if your ideation process is good. And then you have infinite ideas, which is how I run so many channels and upload so much content, right? Because my ideation is infinite. I am not limited by creativity because I have a system in place for this. And I want you to take this skill and apply it to your own channel or channels so you can be able to not run out of ideas and then get a lot of views and then, of course, make money, right? So basically, turn ideas into more ideas. That's for ranking, okay? Now, let's say we're doing Roblox. Okay. In Roblox, I'm sure a lot of you guys who play Roblox know the game 99 Nights. Okay. Now, 99 Nights is a pretty popular game right now. It's the most popular game on Roblox. And what you can do to have good ideas, let's say you make a video and it gets 1 million views and it's ranking, or let's say it's hitting like these bosses and seeing how long it takes to kill them, right? And then you have like 5 bosses and it takes like 1 number, 3 number, 5 number, 6 number, right? What you could do is go on a modded server, and then you could be like, okay, I'm going to do this over every single item inside this entire game. And you take one good idea that did well and then replicate it over 10 other ideas, right? And then boom, you'll notice it's the exact same thing as here. Turn the idea into more ideas, right? And I'm just honestly, I'm not going to write more ideas again. I'm just going to do this right here. There's more ideas. All right. And then you could keep doing this over and over. If you're doing long form content, right? You're doing long form content. Let's say you make videos about, uh, let's say you're doing commentary on Twitter drama, right? You basically just go to Twitter, see what's doing, like, has a lot of drama, and then you make videos on that. And then you see what was popular 2 weeks ago, and then bring it back up and start more drama, right? One of our channels is up $22,000 this month, and it's a Twitter drama YouTube channel, right? And then also we got a Spotify deal as well. That's up another 30 grand. We're up 52 grand on this channel this month because we have a Spotify deal and then we have just the YouTube channel. It's generating 22K. So there's all types of way to make money. Here, I'll show you the channel real quick so I can just show you. So of course I'm not going to leak the channel, and it looks like we're up 23 grand. I didn't even realize. I thought we were up 22. But you can see here that we just upload a lot of long form content and we get a lot of views. And you don't need a lot of views on long form to make a lot of money, you know? It works for long form, it works for short form. As long as your ideation process is good, you will make money regardless. And what we've done on this channel is we just take things that are working and we just replicate it over and over and over again. Like catching the craziest predator Roblox YouTubers, right? And then we just make commentary on like 10 of those videos, and then all of them do very well. So anyways, I hope this video was helpful for you guys getting good ideation processes. Implement this into your own channel, get good ideas, and then start actually making money from your channel by making sustainable income, right? Because the entire point of me teaching you this skill specifically is not for you to make get rich quick one-time income, but to make consistent income over a long period of time. That is how we're making so much money every single month across all the channels we're running. Guys, if this video was helpful, go ahead and click on the first link in the description. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, go ahead and apply, and then me or my team can reach out to you. I hope this video was helpful, bro. I mean, like, it was a pretty long video. But, I mean, other than that, it was helpful. We also have a Discord as well. You can click on the free bootcamp. You can go ahead and watch Discord, all of that. Hope this was helpful. I'll see you guys in day 9 of the bootcamp. We're uploading a bootcamp video every single day or every other day. We're going to 30 days and just dropping as much info as we can. All right, subscribe. Love you guys. All right, see ya. Bye-bye.